Hi everybody, welcome to Impact. I'm Nick Barber, your host, and we have a great lineup this coming week for you on Impact. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that we want to hear from you about this show, your ideas, your opinions, your comments. You can contact us by email at impact@proctors.org or catch us on Facebook. Go to Impact Show on Facebook. First up is Philip Morris, our interviewer, and he'll be interviewing Mark Evans from the Schenectady County Community College Chamber Music Series. Mark will be talking about his work at SCCC with the Chamber Music Series and changes that will be coming up. So let's watch this interview with Philip Morris and Mark Evans.
Welcome to Impact. I'm Philip Morris, CEO at Proctors, and the interviewer for this art section. Our guest today is Mark Evans, adjunct professor of music at SCCC, which, if you don't know, has a pretty damn fine music program. Mark, how are you?
How are you?
Delighted you're here. Thank you.
Thanks so much for having me.
I have to do a little commentary for the audience and say, I know how much impact you have because you've had impact on two of my kids.
You need a disclaimer, right?
Right, so that's my disclaimer. Two of my kids haven't taken lessons from you, and really, one turned into a serious musician, the other one just loves to play.
Yeah, now they've had a big impact on me. I really learned a
So
lot.
thank you. So what does it mean to be an adjunct professor of music at SCCC?
Well, it's right now the music department is very exciting. We're getting a new building, and it's in between lessons we're hearing jackhammers and cement being poured, and so it's always been a great music department, and I've been happy to be a part of it and to help it grow. So right now it's just we're on the edge of going even farther with it.
So you come to this out of a passionate piano playing background, right?
Right.
I mean,
right.
What is that? Where did you come from?
I think I started playing when I was 7, and I've always loved it. And I think the minute I went to college for music, that's when I started my 6-hour-a-day, practice regimen, and knew that that's what I wanted to do. And so I was in California first, and I moved to New York City to attend Mannes College of Music. And since then, I've been reminding myself, oh yeah, this is what I've been doing all my life. So.
Did you imagine a career as a performer? Did you imagine what you have now?
I think we all start out thinking we want to perform, and knowing we'll probably teach as well. And so to have that balance is the most important thing.
And you do perform. Talk about that.
Yeah, we have a chamber music series at the college, and we've had for about 8 years, and I direct that, and so we set up we think about these performances for the following year, and in a way it's a kind of it just makes us so much better as teachers as well. We set these challenges for ourselves, and we got to do them.
Well, I know that my kids and their friends would be knocked out to hear you play, to watch you and hear you play.
Thanks.
Because it said something about what it meant to you, which impacts how they think about it for themselves.
Right. Well, it's difficult to teach performance without performing yourself, because you know what they're going through. You need to know what they're going through, so how to deal with it, how to prepare for a good performance, how to and not just the day of, but working all semester or all their lives on how to create a program and how to get ready for it, how to practice for it. And
We'll talk about the music making in a broader context than just the music. What do you think kids who walk out of your 2-year program get out of it?
Well, just the other day, we had, I don't know if you remember Mike Rogers. He was a piano student. Yeah. He came back and he played a performance for us on Monday morning. He just finished his undergrad at Purchase in piano performance, and he's getting ready to audition for a master's program. So he came back to try the program out on us. And to see that growth, I mean, to sort of send them off after 2 years, which is not a long time to make an impression, but then to send him off to Purchase and then to get his education there, and to see him come back and share with us what he's done, that's really the most rewarding thing. And his playing is spectacular.
Yeah, and it was years ago.
And then now it's just so much more mature and polished and just fine.
Oh, that's really terrific.
Yeah.
So how many students have you had that have taken that next leap, that have, done the 4-year program, have sort of...
Several, too many to count, because I've been there for 20 years, actually.
Yeah.
So, and just thinking just this year, because I can't really remember too much, but I've got a couple of students that are, about 5 students that are applying for 4-year colleges. And it's nice to help them and to call teachers that I know at these schools and say, listen, can you hear my student? I think he's be a great match or fit for your school. So that's what I feel very good about, is helping them take the next step, going on to the 4-year or.
Well, taking a 20-year arc, how do you, what's changed about the students?
The students, even as
school?
Yeah, the school is just really grown so much, and the standards are so much higher. And I think that's the faculty who have been there the longest also have changed. They've become stronger performers, I think, and just getting to play and to teach makes us so much better, I think, as
How about the
musicians.
students over these 20 years?
The students are amazing, and they've really come a long way, because the reputation of the music school has grown so much that we are attracting really great students. So,
do you, is it unusual? I mean, you think about a community college, and you think about sort of prepping either for a 4-year program or prepping for a work life.
Right. I think it is. I think a music
Why?
school.
And so why?
It's a good question. I just never really, back 20 years ago, I never really thought community college and music school, because it's such a huge commitment. It's something that you go into knowing you're probably not going to make a lot of money, and so that commitment and that desire, and then to have this place here to give to students at a very low cost, frankly. I think it's unusual, unique.
So tell me about someone whose life you really feel like you changed.
I think even in just this year, students that I've had that were not quite sure what they wanted to do, and coming to the school and working with me and other faculty, they said, "Oh yeah, this is what I want to do after all." And in a way, that's the nice thing about the school too. It's a great place to see my cutout for it. And so, I guess a lot of people have changed. A lot of people I see out, even my non-piano students, because I teach keyboard a lot in school, and to all the students, and a lot of them are in their own rock band, for instance, and they're playing keyboard, when they were really guitar majors or something. That to me is actually kind of nice to know that they've learned that piano skills, on the side, and
They still want to hit the guitar, but they can go do the keyboard if they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many students are like that are sort of, pop band players?
A lot. And I know this only because my youngest son is in a band, a really great band, and so we're seeing him play, and I'm running into my students out there in the venues,
As you start to travel the bars and clubs.
Right. So they're telling me that they're what they're up to, and I had no idea actually that's one of the things that gets them into the program. Actually, they like music, and then in the program they say, well, that's they see what music there really is, besides popular music and music they've heard on the radio.
So what are you looking forward to most the next year and a half?
The building and the dorms.
Will the dorms impact the program?
Yes. Yeah, because then people throughout the state can come to this community college and study music and live here. And that's going to be a huge plus for us. But so mostly the facilities, we were getting a recording studio, going to have that as part of our degree program in recording, a couple of extra recital halls, and lots of practice rooms. So it's going to be great.
You're a very modest person, Mark. I appreciate very much your time here today. I know many, many kids who have been affected by you and impacted, and thank you on their behalf.
Thanks very much.
This is Philip Morris from Impact. Thank you very much for joining us with our guest, Mark Evans from the Schenectady County Community College.